Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Animac here from Anime Out Pro. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Naruto Virgin podcast. This is episode 10. I can't believe we're already 10 episodes in, and we are covering chapters 135 to 151. And bro, this manga just keeps going with the action. Like, it doesn't stop, guys. It doesn't stop. Like, we had the Chunin exams. Like, before that, it was the introduction and the Zabu's arc, and it was all good too. But then we have Chunin exams, then we have the freaking war. The Hokage is dead, bro. And then we go right into Itachi, the brother of Sasuke, showing up. Just nuts, man. This is nuts. Can't believe how good this is so far.
This is better than I remembered.
Joining me, Gozen, the other Anime Out Pro guy.
What up?
And we have Nux and Briggs.
Nux and Briggs!
Nux and Briggs!
Nux
I'm
and
glad,
Briggs, if you guys...
I'm glad you let them actually have the Nux and Briggs emphasis.
They always do it anyway, man. They're just... always do it, but
It
I don't even
makes the
care.
intro that much easier, and plus, we're Nux and Briggs!
Nux and Briggs!
Oh.
I don't have time for this Nux and Briggs stuff because we have a lot to talk about, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Kurenai uses Genjutsu on Itachi. Best moment.
I know. That was the biggest meme I've ever seen. But anyway.
So we start off these chapters, it's still Naruto versus Gaara, Gamma Bunta versus Shukaku, or whatever that One-Tail's name is.
Yes.
Yeah, you got it.
That was excellent.
Hell yeah. Man,
Yeah,
I am no longer Goldfish Briggs.
Briggs, by the way, let me know when you know what the next chapters will be, and then we'll let everyone on the podcast know.
Will do.
But, yeah, so one thing I noticed about this giant toad, you guys call him Gamabunta, but I just call him giant toad guy, versus the Gaara monster.
How dare you? It's like I would call you long-hair Serbian guy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, or a human.
The physical scale of this fight, it just felt so much bigger than anything we've seen before, because we have these large monsters like fighting in a forest, and you can really feel the scale of it, and it really feels like something else.
And also, frogs don't have scales, but like that was close.
They also don't have claws, which was something they needed for this battle.
I appreciate that pun, by the way, Nux.
Thanks, man.
I don't appreciate it, but
Now you appreciate good humor. Like here, let me tell you a joke real quick. Penis.
Ah, good one.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. I
love it.
Poggers,
It's hilarious. You just randomly said penis. I love that.
Yeah, the randomness of it.
So one thing we learned that was kind of crazy, and again explains how crazy Gaara himself is. We learned that the user or the person who's being possessed by Shukaku cannot fall asleep properly, because if they fall asleep, their entire personality will be devoured by the beast. So they have to constantly be like, like on this edge of half asleep. They're, they have insomnia, and that drives them even crazier, right? So, and that makes perfect sense, because Gaara does feel like a guy who's just like constantly crazy, and something's not right there. And that seems to explain even further how difficult it is to do what he's doing, and having this beast controlling him on the inside and threatening to like devour him.
Meanwhile, I thought Gaara was just really good at eyeshadow. I thought his eyeshadow was just on point.
Well,
but apparently it's just bags under his eyes.
Can we talk about his dad or what? Just his physical appearance. Yeah, like his dad has those eye things, I'm pretty sure, and he doesn't have Shukaku.
So I assumed that was some kind of like traditional eyeliner stuff from their village.
I mean, have you seen Kankuro? Like his brother? That dude has purple all over his face. You know what I'm talking about?
They don't have purple in the manga, bro. It's just black.
I stand corrected. He does have bags under his eyes, but he also has his eyeshadow on fleek.
Yeah. But speaking of like tattoos and eyeshadow and stuff, what do you think of Gaara's Harry Potter scar?
The writing thing?
Yeah. You know what that says?
Probably something racist in today's age.
No,
it says love, I think.
Aw.
And he got that on his head, like, from his mother. That's why I mean, like, it's Harry Potter-ish. It's like, you know how Harry was supposed to die, but he got the scar because of his mother's love, and his mother's love protects him in the future. Like, you know that whole thing?
Yeah, he was the chosen one, bro.
Yeah, Gaara also it's pretty epic.
I can't believe you just spoiled that Harry Potter doesn't die, bro.
In the
Dumbledore does. Haha.
Bro, you can't just do us like this.
Yeah,
I love Dumbledore. I'm in middle of the 6th book right now.
Just quickly, I think someone named Alex donated $30. So thank you.
Oh, wow, Alex, you legend.
I got a notification on like my phone, but I don't think it was. We got the Twitch.
It says cannabis on the screen.
Ooh, cannabis.
So thank you, cannabis, for $30.
Shout out to cannabis.
Where does it say that? I don't even see it on my screen.
It's
Are you watching
very top of our
stream?
browser thing.
Oh, okay. See you. I see you.
Cannabis. Let's go.
Pog.
Yeah. Anyway, Animac. So yeah, you were saying epic.
Yeah. So
And Harry Potter. Yeah.
the whole sleep thing, right? Gaara seems to kind of deliberately fall asleep at some point to unleash Shukaku even further, and that results in just an epic battle. And so Naruto helps the giant toad guy transform into something more predatory, and it ends up being a giant fox.
Gamabunta, the chief toad.
Gamabunta, the chief toad. I'm gonna say all of those things, bro.
Yeah, what's it called? Gamabunta is like, you need to transform me into something with fangs and claws, and Naruto's like, oh, I got something in mind. Nine-tailed fox, baby.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing.
So that
was an interesting choice.
It transitions into an epic fight. Naruto manages to wake Gaara up and then summons the fox's chakra again and hits him with like a massive headbutt. Just out of nowhere, just headbutts him. And this eventually dissolves Shukaku. But they end up both Naruto and Gaara end up being drained of their chakra. And they're both like on the ground, kind of out of energy. The toads, Gamabunta and his son disappear because...
Gamabunta and Gamatatsu.
Naruto, I guess, doesn't have enough chakra to sustain them or keep them manifested.
No, it's Gamakichi, not Gamatatsu, right? Chat, correct me. I think it's Gamakichi.
It's a freaking frog son, dude.
And why does Naruto beat Gaara, bro? What part of his philosophy is what puts him over the edge?
They had that whole conversation as they're both like immobile on the ground. They kind of have a conversation where Naruto actually talks to Gaara and tells him, I am a lot like you. And he tells him about his backstory and how he was also an outcast and everyone hated him and he felt terrible about it. But then he found certain people like Iruka who actually did show him compassion and inspired him to, be a good person and to keep fighting and to, do something with his life. So that was, the difference. And we talked about that a bit last episode, but it was made very clear in this chapter as the two of them spoke. And then Gaara actually acknowledges defeat, and he basically says he lost because Naruto had that love, because Naruto fought for love, not just out of hate.
Which is a pretty cool development coming from a guy like Gaara. You'd never see that being the end of his fight,
It is.
So, chat, thank you. That was actually a great example of talk no jutsu.
Yeah, and it's
also,
exactly.
I don't know if they did this in the manga, but in the anime, like they were both on the ground with no energy. And Naruto started crawling towards Gaara, just pulling himself forward with his chin.
Yeah, it did.
It did that in the manga also?
Yes.
Nice.
No, it was cool because, so after the big fight, which was itself epic, and they were both drained, then they did the talk no jutsu. So I thought that was great. So it wasn't like, he talked him out of fighting through the power of friendship. It was like they fought, and then when they were both drained, they talked, and it was actually an epic talk.
And he apologized to his siblings, which, gets to your heart right there.
Yeah.
You could tell he's changed.
I mean, yeah, for sure there was a development with Gaara. I'm not sure how much he's changed already.
Well, the old him would never apologize to his siblings for the way he acted.
Or even acknowledge that love was like something significant.
Yeah.
Right?
I think a recurring thing in Naruto is if you have people to protect, you're stronger for it. And obviously the Hokage has the biggest people to protect.
Yeah, which is why the Hokage clapped, right? Hokage was totally fine after this battle. Good proof.
Yeah, he actually wasn't, and I thought that was, again, pretty crazy, because as all of this is happening, so we have a ton of stuff happening at the same time. Oh, and by the way, the freaking Hokage dies at the hands of Orochimaru.
I take that as a win, bro. Honestly, like what he did.
I love that fight, because literally at the hands of Orochimaru, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Like, he's pulling his soul out, and he knows that... How's he going to do it? Like, he's not going to be able to get the whole soul out. He's too weak to do that at this point.
Yeah, he can't get the soul out. He's too weak, so he ends up, cursing his arms, so giving his life in order to curse Orochimaru's arms, so that Orochimaru cannot use any jutsu.
He seals his arms.
Yeah,
so
and what was Orochimaru's goal? To master all jutsu. He's like,
so it's like the ultimate insult to him. Now he'll live, but he can't carry out his main purpose for being.
So does this also mean he can't transfer bodies anymore?
We'll find
Well,
out.
the idea is he could potentially maybe do that, but he still couldn't use his jutsu because it's a soul thing. It's not a physical thing.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
Yeah, so he like sealed the soul of his arms, kind of.
Because I was thinking if he can still switch his body, then maybe it would just be a reset.
No, then he wouldn't be in such a bad mood at the end of it.
No, it was a crazy fight. Apparently, it continued for an hour, which is like an unheard of length for a shinobi battle. And
Really? They need to introduce like One Piece characters, bro.
Bro, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z 1 hour, they haven't even powered up yet.
No, but with Shinobi,
love
right?
that
Like
fight. That's such a good fight.
ninjas fight. You know, they come in quick, they sneak up on someone, take them out, and leave. Like, so they're like, they do the assassin type guerrilla warfare. They don't do like big Dragon Ball battles.
Speaking of ninja, Ludwig just surpassed him in subs. Beat the record.
Yo,
Wow.
I know, that's so cool. I'm so happy about it. I'm a big Ludwig guy.
Same.
I've
Been watching a ton of them lately.
No,
That's a big news.
I've heard of him, but never seen him. But anyway, back to the topic. I like the part where you kind of see that Orochimaru underestimated Konoha village and their shinobi as a whole, and kind of the commitment that they all have to protecting the ones they care about, because we get a scene of like the parents of some of the characters. I believe it was like Shino's dad and Shikamaru's dad, just like wrecking the sand ninja attackers. And I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, and I think you see the Ino Shikajo combo.
You
for
do,
the first
definitely.
time. Right?
And they're like, it's nice to be back, and this brings back memories and stuff like that.
What
Right,
is that?
I mean, Ino's dad, Shoji's dad, and Shikamaru's dad using all of their, like, a better version of all the jutsus that their kids use.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And their kids ended up being the team too, so that Shikacho like maintains throughout the generations. Until maybe some other time, but we'll see.
Yeah, so that's what we just had. We had the epic conclusion of the Naruto versus Gaara fight. We had the epic conclusion of the Sarutobi and Orochimaru fight, with Sarutobi sacrificing his own life to save to stop Orochimaru from doing jutsus in the future. And we had like at the same time the smaller battles going on around the village with the sand ninja attackers being taken out by some of the parents of the people we already know. And as all of this is happening, you're thinking, okay, there's going to be a lull in the storm. There's going to be an epilogue or something just to chill out. But no, we see two dudes watching it all unfold, and they're wearing these outfits that I recognize from people like cosplaying them and shit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't 100% sure what it was. But we later learned that this is Itachi, who is the brother of Sasuke, and also a guy called Kisame.
Pretty much. Kisame. I love Kisame also. He's great.
Yeah, they have a special nickname for him that we won't introduce yet.
Isn't he like a Fishman, basically? From Fishman Island?
Pretty much, yeah.
He's Arlong's cousin.
That's a good way to explain it.
Nice.
He's the cooler version of Hody Jones.
Yeah, so I do remember you guys mentioning him in the past and me making the Kisame joke, like before I knew anything about Naruto. But I don't think you mentioned him that much, so I feel like he's not going to be super relevant or he's going to die soon.
I like him a lot.
Itachi definitely I've heard you guys talk about a lot, so I know this guy's going to be important.
Oh my god, Shibuya Kaho, thank you for the raid.
What up, Raiders?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shibuya.
Thank you.
Thank you. Always appreciate it.
Yeah, Shibuya Kaho, she's so nice. It's crazy.
Yeah, she really is.
She's so nice. Hold on. There's a way to shout people out. Hold on.
Oh, you think our mods already did it, bro? Sam's all over it.
God, good job, Sam, you legend.
Sam is the
Nuts
best.
would have been there for 15 minutes. Like, it's exclamation point, question mark, dot.
Shut up, I figured it out.
Forward slash.
God damn it.
Shout.
Yeah, pretty much. Yo, thank you so much for the raid. Great to see you here.
Hello.
Would you like to come to Rank FA at some point? Be on the podcast? On some Thursday?
Yeah, we'd definitely like to have you.
That'd be dope. Hell yeah.
All right, so back to
you're
Itachi
always
and
invited.
Kisame.
Back to
Yes.
Itachi and Kiss Anime. But before Itachi and Kiss Anime, but we're still. Let's just finish the my boy Hiruzen Sarutobi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
one thing about
This man
that.
has been around for a while, and now he's dead. How do you feel about a character that we know pretty well dying at this point in Naruto?
So what happened? We had an interesting moment. First, we have the Itachi and the other guy watching the whole village, but we don't meet them yet. We meet them later on. Before we meet them, we see like a sort of funeral scene for Sarutobi, and we see a bunch of flashbacks in terms of how Sarutobi affected the lives of the characters that we know back when they were younger and all that type of stuff. And I thought those were really cool. There was one with Iruka,
Jiraiya. That was my favorite.
Hayate was mentioned. Who is Hayate? I forget now. Did we meet this person yet?
No.
Hayate.
It's not ringing a bell for me.
Because this woman meets Kakashi in graveyard, and it's like, are you visiting Hayate or something like that?
You mean Kakashi's father?
I don't know. It was just, it said Hayate.
Or so it wasn't.
I mean, his
Sure
father was,
sure wasn't Hatake?
yeah, Sakumo,
Hatake, which is
Sakumo
Kakashi.
Hatake, Kakashi's father?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
Hatake clan.
maybe I
is
wrote it down
Kakashi's
wrong.
clan.
Okay. So we haven't met this guy yet. It was just kind of like referenced.
Yeah, well... Oh, they said the proctor of the tuning exams that got killed by the...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I totally did not know his name. Maybe that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserved more love.
Also,
Yeah, well, anyway, hold up. So, that funeral scene, I want to... Not just what happened. How did you feel about that anime?
Like, I didn't feel too attached to Sarutobi so far just because he was kind of like a character that was just in the background. But I definitely have huge respect for his sacrifice. And I thought that those flashbacks kind of really gave us an idea of that this guy really did impact a lot of people in the village and do a lot of good things. Because we see him as like this older dude who's just kind of in the background because, our main characters are much younger and totally different world. But I think that the sacrifice itself was incredible and very noble and epic. And then we also got to see through those flashbacks some of the impact that he made when he played an important role in training like these older ninja.
Yeah, his legacy lives on, right? The will of fire passes on from him to the next generation.
what Animac is trying to say here is that it's just the Hokage, bro.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right. He's an old guy, whatever.
It's
He's
just the
not
leader,
even-
bro.
I don't know. I remember that scene hit me really hard when I watched it for the
It's
first
a sad
time.
music,
funerals.
man. Naruto
That
has
funeral
some
scene, and I was
amazing
gonna
music.
say that, and it was like
Yeah, music gets you. Anime music gets you.
Yeah,
It's
there's no music in
raining. It's
manga.
all
Naruto music
darker.
especially. I think Naruto is one of the best cases of anime music ever.
Agreed. I used to love it.
Used to love it.
Yeah, I should probably say I do love it, but I'm thinking when I was a kid and watching it.
I think that there's a lot of good music in anime. I could think of a lot of great OSTs and a lot of shows with great soundtracks. But I think the Naruto soundtrack, it's vast and it's also iconic, and I think that it is probably my favorite anime OST.
Yeah, my friend just recently shared with me the Jiraiya soundtrack because of how much
That one?
Yeah, Nux, thank you for your singing. I love it, bro.
we're gonna get
They
copyrighted.
do that
That's how
sound.
good he is. Man.
They do
That's how
that.
good.
That's how it sounds.
No, yeah, it's sick.
Anyway, we also really briefly got it was almost like a passing mention of how Orochimaru assassinated the Kazekage and just took his identity, and you just see the Kazekage's body, and it's like, oh, it just happened. And to me, it just
Dude.
kind of really
Weren't
emphasized.
you wondering initially how the hell he got away with pretending to be the Kazekage, or was he the Kazekage type of thing? I feel like you were.
Yes. So initially, I thought that maybe he had this whole double identity as the Kazekage, and the people didn't realize that it was him.
Yeah,
But
man.
then we saw that he just assassinated him like he did with those other people earlier on before the exam began, or as the exam was beginning.
Yeah, how
Orochimaru is
crazy
he's a pretty great antagonist.
he is. And he's amazingly creepy, but how crazy is it that the Hokage is the strongest of all 5 villages, and yet Orochimaru beat him, and then later we're gonna get
I don't know why
Itachi saying,
I don't know why you say that the Hokage is the strongest of all 5 villages. I would think right now he's not.
They already said it. They literally
No.
said it in the thing.
Right
in
now
his
he's dead.
prime, in his prime, he was the strongest. But
Well,
right
they
now,
said in the what we just read, they said that he was the strongest of all 5.
I think we should ask Seth, the programmer.
Yeah, probably.
Yo,
He would disagree, I'm sure.
But
I mean,
Itachi
I
comes
would
in
think
and he's
that
stronger than
currently
Orochimaru.
the Raikage would slap him hard. Like the Raikage is really good, man.
Well, you're jumping ahead, but like I'm just saying
He's
what
not
they
ahead.
said.
He's alive right now.
I'm just saying what they said right now in the chapters we read.
Nux, you spoiled that the Raikage is a man.
Oh,
Yo, the funny thing is, like, if you'd say no, the Raikage, not the 4th Raikage, the 3rd Raikage. Shut up. The 3rd Raikage is stronger than him too. The 3rd Raikage is crazy.
the point is, he was definitely not in his prime, so he managed to kind of foil Orochimaru's plans, but he had to give up his life for it, and he couldn't even kill him. So we really got the idea that this guy was an incredibly powerful and noble warrior, but he was well out of his prime by the time that this fight happened.
Yeah.
And speaking of Orochimaru, from what I understood, he initially wanted to take the body of Sasuke's brother Itachi, but the plan fell through because Itachi is way stronger than Orochimaru. Orochimaru basically admitted defeat. So I thought it was crazy how they built
How
up.
terrifying is that?
Yeah, like they built up Itachi as this super strong dude, because it's like this whole time we've had this Orochimaru dude who's like crushing people. He's a legend, one of the 3 legendaries, one of the 3 legendary Pokemon of the Konoha village. He kills the Hokage, and then he's like, bro, that Itachi dude, like I can't fuck with him. Like he's crazy. And it's just like, what?
Yep.
Then we had the reveal of the 3rd legendary shinobi of Konoha, which is a woman named Tsunade.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
she was trained with Jiraiya and Orochimaru like together. They were in the same team.
Yo, I love that. That is so sick. Think about it. Right? Right now we have like Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. The group of 2 generations prior was Jiraiya, Orochimaru, and Tsunade. How insane is that? They were like in the same group, raised together, and their version of Kakashi was Sarutobi. Like, imagine. That parallel is crazy.
And then the whole betrayal of Orochimaru doing that to his master and all that stuff.
Yes. It's not just to the Hokage and he's some terrorist. This was his master.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very personal for him and for everyone involved, like the older generation, Jiraiya and all those guys.
That's like Sasuke killing Kakashi.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point. Oh.
And also, they won't actually. The elder guys were like, "Well, now we need another Hokage," and you know who their first choice was?
Jiraiya. Yeah, and then Jiraiya's like, no, you know what? I think Tsunade would be better. I'm gonna go find her. And then I'm like, okay, at first, sure, cool. But then later when we learn about Tsunade, I'm like, what the fuck is Jiraiya talking about? Because she's apparently like a degenerate gambler who's constantly in debt. Like this is a good judge of character.
That doesn't mean she's not a good fighter, though.
No, but it doesn't matter. Like you have to be a ruler. If you're a Hokage, you have to be a ruler.
Yeah, I'm with Animac. You get to learn more about Tsunade as time passes, but yeah.
Yeah, like
choice on Jiraiya's part.
Yeah, from what we know right now, she's like a 50-year-old woman who uses jutsus to look younger, and she just like is known as the legendary loser because she just is in crippling debt because she's a gambler. And it's like, yes, let's put her in charge of the entire village and its budget, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we got another MILF for Animac, so that's the good thing.
Oh, except I don't know what she really looks like, bro. Like
she looks like that, just older.
She looked good from what we've seen, but I don't know. Like,
but also she buffed her titties as well. Like in the anime, at least, Jiraiya kept saying to Naruto, "We gotta go meet that flat-chested cutting board," and then they meet Tsunade, and she's like, you know.
Okay, so explain to me when she uses a jutsu to make herself look like that. Like, if you touch her, would it still be like that, or is it just like
yes, actually, that was confirmed in the anime. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, like, you're saying that the body stays even if you touch her.
It's not a genjutsu; it's a physical transformation that she's doing.
She's a good doctor. What do you want from her?
Cool. I can get behind that.
Yeah, it's a fun world when you start thinking about it.
Quite
Yeah.
literally, I can get behind that.
So anyway, so as Jiraiya and Naruto venture off to find Tsunade, the legendary sucker, something happens in the village hidden in the leaves.
Yeah, Itachi and his friend enter the village, and they just kind of like stake the place out first, anonymously.
The music also, like,
Bro, I read the manga. I read
I'm not
the
talking
manga.
to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the hundreds and thousands of people listening to this podcast. Okay? It's not always about you. It's about your average butler in the chat right now. It's about Raph's revenge and UB. Okay?
Okay.
Nice.
No, I'm all about Raph's revenge, bro.
Don't say add UB in there too, bro.
I said UB.
No, I mean for Animac.
Nox, I can't believe you do that to UB, bro.
It's so sad. But anyway, so they're ominous as hell. They have these cool ass robe things. It's all looking swell and sexy.
Well,
And
to be
then-
honest, the robes are cool, but the clouds on them look kind of juvenile. Like the way
Bro,
they're drawn.
Itachi aesthetic is so sick. That one scene where his arm is just like outside of the cloak, and like he's
No,
looking
I'm
straight
just
at.
saying. I'm just saying those clouds look like they're like on Blue's Clues or something. Like, you know, they're not very like badass looking. But I'm not saying that these guys are not badass, because they are. I'm just saying the clouds on
Yeah,
their
I don't-
robes.
I don't get it.
Animac doesn't
I don't
like
get
their
it.
outfit. That's crazy.
I do
don't-
like it. I'm just saying the clouds on their robes don't scream like, "Oh, I'm scared." They scream like, "Oh, that's cute. That's a cute cloud. Looks cute."
Really? Like I never got that impression.
Well,
No, me
it's
neither.
not. It's not like bloody knives on them or something. It's just nice clouds. You know.
It's red clouds, bro. It's bloody clouds, bro.
I don't see the color in the manga.
Blue's Clues. Fucking. Oh my god. By the way, how sick is it
It's
that
just
Itachi's thing is crossed out, his headband. I think
Yeah.
that's a nice touch.
Anime
Aesthetically.
thoughts.
And so is Kisame.
No, I just honestly, man, Itachi is extremely cool, right? Like they've done such a good job of building him up as this like prodigy, insanely powerful. Like you think Sasuke's powerful, bro? This guy wrecks Sasuke. Like Sasuke simps for this guy. Like he wants to kill him, but he also simps for his power. Like he cannot.
I wouldn't say
Oh.
that, you know, what's his name? Sasuke is extremely strong. Like, we wouldn't.
No,
Yeah,
but
he's
he
still
is
a kid at this point.
for his generation. He's considered like a prodigy.
Yes.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, he's
yeah.
all, yeah.
For
but
the
compared
average
to-
12-year-old, he is a prodigy.
Yeah, but then we learned that Itachi was like by the age 8, like doing crazy shit. By age 10, doing crazy. By age 13, he was already like a special ops leader
Yeah.
or something.
Leader,
Like
yeah.
that's
Hondo.
insane. Yeah, so it's like if you thought Sasuke was talented, this guy's on a totally other level. He's so overpowered, and is just like I said, yeah, like just so much hype for this character done so well. Like obviously we learned about him earlier, but we didn't know what happened, and then now we also learned what happened. So what Itachi did was like he murdered his own parents, and I guess the entire Uchiha clan, allegedly. I don't know if there's some survivors that are going to show up later, and he didn't kill Sasuke because Sasuke was just like such a little bitch. He was like, bro, I don't even need to kill you, bro.
Okay, I don't know if that. Yeah, okay.
The crazy thing, though, is that Sasuke has gotten stronger since the beginning, obviously. And yet, when he faced Itachi, it felt like the gap between their powers hasn't changed whatsoever.
Yeah. So when
Or
they
it-
actually meet, because Sasuke's been training, he's dedicated his life to I'm gonna kill my older brother, avenge my family, and all this type of shit. And he's been training so hard, and then he faces him again, and he's like, the gap hasn't shrunk at all. I'm just as weak compared to him now as I was when I was like 5 years old, which is
Yeah, but
not.
it's worse than that though, because Itachi fought a whole bunch of Jonin at the same time, right? Hello, gamers.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
true.
we're here. Gamers are present.
Yo,
Yeah, so
Animax, I try not to say Animax, you're I'm carefully prodding you towards things that happened that you could remind yourself.
Are you talking about the present or the flashback?
The
He-
present.
yeah,
So
that's
when
it.
he fights Kakashi and Might Guy and a bunch of people.
Actually shows up later. Let's go in order, maybe. It
Okay,
starts
yeah, well,
with-
he-
Kurenai, yeah.
he wrecks the other two.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not even a contest.
Dude, she tries to genjutsu a
tries to
Sharingan master.
the strongest genjutsu user ever, man.
Yeah, and then he just like reflects it on her, and she gets caught in her own genjutsu, right?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
No, yeah. So it was like not even close. And then when
it's well
Kakashi shows
done,
up,
too. It's really well done too.
and another crazy thing was Kakashi shows up and he's like, "You must be after your brother Sasuke." That's what we're all thinking. It's like Itachi's brother. He's after Sasuke, but no, he's actually after the fourth Hokage's legacy, which is Naruto. And
Which must piss Sasuke off, by the way. Because
that
Sasuke
extra
the whole
pisses him
time,
off.
the whole time, he's like, I can't wait to see him. And then he's like, yo, I'm not
Sasuke-
here for you. I'm here for
Sasuke's
Naruto."
character development throughout early Naruto is really, really strong. Like the way it goes from he's this character that he's considered the strongest in his group, right? But slowly but surely, there are things that Naruto's doing better than him, right? Naruto beat Neji, and Neji's stronger than Lee, who beat, Sasuke, right? You have Sasuke who lost to Gaara, and Naruto beat Gaara. And he got like special training from Kakashi and everything.
Naruto's growth is insanely fast right now. Like Sasuke's a prodigy, and he was always way ahead of Naruto. And Naruto's growth from like a year ago to now is insane.
Yeah,
and
he was considered a failure, and now he's
inadequate. Sasuke just feels inadequate. He feels like he's not.
It even said here that he got scared sometimes looking at Naruto.
Yeah, and I think it's also related to the fact that Naruto can now tap into the nine-tailed beast thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
True that.
Yep.
I mean, it's happened every fight.
Sasuke seeing Naruto summon Gamabunta, like that's terrifying. Like that's
Gamabunta could like wreck 10 Sasuke's,
but not even a single Itachi.
Probably not.
No, definitely not. Which is the interesting thing.
So by the way, we learned that Itachi's part of the Akatsuki, which I've heard that name before also, which is a syndicate of 9 overpowered shinobi, most of whom are S-class criminals. So it's like the Phantom Troop, but in Naruto.
But ninjas.
Which is cool. And bro, can we talk about the Tsukuyomi dreamscape? What the
wait,
dude?
So
what a sick ass power, man!
Yo, that is the craziest power we've seen yet. Like that is insane.
Dude, Kakashi was helpless, and he's like, he could have killed me at any moment.
Yeah.
So Itachi says to Kurenai and Asuma, like, stand behind me and don't look at his eyes, right?
Close your eyes.
I have the Sharingan, so I'm the only one who has a prayer to like look at him. And
even look at him. That's crazy.
Although apparently Kakashi's Sharingan is nowhere close to as developed.
Yeah, I really like the explanation here because his body isn't made for it. He can't adapt as well and master it as well, and he's always making up for that.
So it turns out
losing energy.
Yeah, so it turns out that Kakashi is not like a secret Uchiha. He has the ability to use Sharingan, but he's not as talented as the Uchiha are in that.
Correct.
Yes.
And yeah, so that Tsukuyomi shit, like he used it on Kakashi and he used it on Sasuke later. And it's like he can control everything in there, the time, the space. It's like a world that he controls. It's like that.
It's a scary ass jutsu, man.
It's like that infinite marble or whatever it's called from Fate Zero.
I think it's my favorite genjutsu.
It's so nuts. And like, so basically for Kakashi, he had what took a moment in the real world, he felt like 72 hours passed.
Yes.
And he was getting tortured and shit. Like, whoa, man.
It's just him like crucified and just Itachi stabbing swords into him again and again and again.
Bruh. And then he also makes Sasuke relive the day that he killed his family and shit. And both Sasuke and Kakashi end up in the hospital after that. Like, they're just done.
Completely incapacitated.
I like the different kinds of fighting, right? This was psychologically breaking them, mentally breaking them. And then you have like stuff like Guy, who's just physically dominating. It's
and let's talk about Might Guy, because he shows up in epic fashion. He shows up, basically saves Kakashi and the other guys' lives when he shows up. And Itachi and Kisame are forced to abandon the mission to capture the Nine-Tailed Fox because of that. Because too much attention was raised, and then the Konoha reinforcements are about to arrive. So they kind of have to leave. Because the one thing about Itachi is, as powerful as he is, it's still established that there are limits. And he uses up his chakra and the Sharingan and stuff. So he can't just infinitely destroy everyone. He has to ration his power.
Yeah, and he's using special power that Kisame tells him to stop using so much.
Yeah, true. And then, but that's not the end of the Itachi story, because after things calm down and Itachi and Kisame leave, Jiraiya takes Naruto to a neighboring city for training, and at that point, Sasuke learns that Itachi is there somewhere, and that he's after Naruto. So then Sasuke follows Naruto and tries to find him and Jiraiya in that city. But Itachi gets to Naruto first, and he gets to Naruto while Jiraiya is busy doing other important things that were very important. And I don't want to hear any, criticism of the man. He did what he had to do.
He is such a fucking legend, a legendary Chad.
Yeah,
that's what he
facts.
is.
Yeah, and that's when we get the whole background about what Itachi really did and why Sasuke swore to kill him and all this type of stuff. And at one point, Sasuke and Naruto try fighting these guys, Itachi and Kisame, but they don't stand a chance at all. Like, Jiraiya comes in to help, but they were just completely outclassed.
Itachi just beats the shit out of Sasuke.
Yeah,
and that's where the legendary Sasuke choking meme.
Yes,
exactly.
As soon as I saw that panel, I was like, "Yo, I recognize this."
I still,
man, it's such a good.
I still love the fact that Guy shows up and Kiss because he just looks so goofy, and we know he's strong, but then like Itachi's like, "Don't underestimate Guy." I love that so much.
Yes, and Guy, we gotta give him credit. He learned to fight by just looking at people's feet.
Yeah, he doesn't even look at Itachi's head.
Right.
It's crazy.
And that because he's been training so long to beat Kakashi.
Yep.
And he knows Kakashi will trap him in a genjutsu, so he only fights by looking at people's feet just because of Kakashi.
What a Chad.
And it comes so in handy.
I couldn't just pass that so quickly. Like, I love Guy so much.
No, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yo, so that choking Sasuke meme, that has to be really old, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, clearly, yeah.
Well,
actually,
it's a
sometimes
newer
it becomes
meme.
a meme way after.
Yeah, it's a newer meme.
But it's based on something that came out like
yes,
15 years ago or something.
Like the Shaggy stuff.
Shaggy's still a thing, though. Scooby-Doo still exists.
Yeah, but they use whatever. Doesn't matter.
All right, cool. Yeah, so what ends up happening is Jiraiya uses this insane, is it ninjutsu? Or genjutsu ninjutsu?
It's a ninjutsu, where he turns everything into a toad stomach.
Yeah, they're trapped inside the stomach of a giant toad, and no one has ever escaped this. But Itachi uses some sort of black flames and just breaks out. However, these black flames apparently tire him out a lot, so now he's gonna be out for a while. But still, he manages to break out of the thing that no one is supposed to be able to break out of within seconds.
And
by the way, if you remember,
the Earth Toad. I would just say the Earth Toad is supposed to be resistant to fire because it can breathe fire.
Yes.
And yet, still, these black flames were able to break through.
Yeah, so it's the black flames are not normal flames; they're something else.
Right, clearly.
I think it was called
I
think it was called Amaterasu. Was it Amaterasu, which is the Japanese goddess of the sun?
Yes, it is Amaterasu. What a sick names. I'm not even Japanese, but that's such a sick name.
But I think it's the Japanese goddess of the sun, right?
Yeah. It's pretty epic. And also, I like how before that, when Naruto was walking around with Jiraiya, they specifically attacked Naruto at a time when Jiraiya wasn't around, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So before that, they were when they saw Naruto with Jiraiya, Kisame was like, "All right, let's just go in. The two of us will take him. We'll capture Naruto right now." And Itachi says, "No, we have to wait. We cannot attack them right now because even if we both together take on Jiraiya and kill him, I would die in the process."
Dude, that's so interesting.
Or get severely injured.
That's so interesting if you compare it to Orochimaru and how Itachi's obviously stronger than him, and yet he's afraid of Jiraiya.
No, it's cool. It's cool also. I appreciate how Itachi thinks because he's a strategic thinker. He's not like some psycho who just barges in. He's like, I'm the strongest. I'll fuck everyone up. He's just like, no.
Very intelligent.
Well, especially with Itachi, because all of his powerful jutsu are very limited because it takes up so much chakra and it weakens him. He can't go and fight strong opponent after strong opponent. He has to choose his battles wisely.
Yeah, so he's like,
jutsu wisely.
So he's like, we attracted too much attention. We got to get out of here, or we can't face off that guy without too much damage. So we're not gonna fight him. I like that. I like the strategizing there.
I think if Orochimaru fought Itachi, even if Itachi managed to kill Orochimaru, it would be hard for Itachi to leave. It's they would both be so weak, and if Itachi has no chakra left, he's screwed. Even if someone like Kakashi or Guy shows up, they'll just finish him off.
Yeah, no, and
Yeah,
I mean,
depends.
Gozen, you said that right. He's like the opposite Naruto. Naruto was just like,
Yeah.
yo, I'll fight anyone.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You're in
Like, I won't
enemy
think about
territory.
shit.
You can't you have to pick your battles. Naruto would just show up like, I am the strongest.
He's like, who's the boss here?
No, he's like, I will beat the Hokage. Just
I'll
like,
beat the Hokage and every Jonin and every tuning.
Yeah, buddy gets his head chopped off in 2 seconds. No, but yeah, so I really like Itachi because he is, on the one hand, he's built up as being so strong, and on the other hand, he is so careful and strategic. So I respect him. And as an older brother, I can relate to his frustrations with his younger brothers.
I mean,
Bro,
and the murdering
Itachi
his
slaughtered
whole
his clan.
dude, Itachi. Also, to be honest, let's not forget a thing or two about Itachi. Itachi loves his younger brother. I mean, he saved him.
What do you
right?
mean? Well, yeah, you can't assume he loves him though.
Well, I mean,
Well, I mean, you
there
could
are some
assume-
hints. There are some hints because he spared his life because Kisame was like, I thought you killed all of them, and he clearly spared Sasuke. And also, he did the whole thing of torturing Kakashi for 72 hours, and for Sasuke, he just did a 24-hour reliving that night type thing. So he could have like killed Sasuke if he wanted to many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, Sasuke is kind of more annoying than Gozen. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
No, see, like, I think you guys, Itachi, he might have, like, his clan might not have appreciated his genius and stuff.
Mhm,
And I can understand getting upset about that when people don't appreciate your genius and they don't, acknowledge
I
you. And
will
then you
say,
correct them.
Itachi would probably beat Sasuke in chess.
Itachi would beat everyone else in Naruto in chess, except for
What about
maybe-
Shikamaru, though?
Can Gozen,
Shikamaru loses to Asuma in chess.
Does he?
can you stop talking about chess, bro? Like, Gozen thinks that chess is
Not
like the
really.
measure of
No,
man.
I'm
He
pretty
doesn't
sure
really
Asuma
lose
was
to Asuma.
losing in.
Asuma usually loses.
Didn't he
They
say he
beat each
never
other.
beat him once in like Go or what are
I
those
think
games?
so.
Oh, that's true. In Shogi, I
In
think you're
Shogi.
right.
Yeah, which is to me Japanese chess.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
The point is that Gozen, for some reason, thinks that manhood is measured by chess ability.
Yeah, because
mean,
he's good
yeah.
at chess. Obviously,
agree with
Briggs
that.
thinks manhood is measured by Rocket League ability.
Yeah, apparently Gozen is in the 1300s on that chess website, guys.
Oh, damn!
Yes, thank you, Nux.
That's impressive. You're clearly more of a man than Animac.
Well, I don't know what that means because I've never played on that site. So he tells me that, I'm like, cool, bro.
Well, I don't know what you are because you're not willing to play ranked.
No, he's not willing to put his ego on the line and figure
Man, he
it out.
doesn't even want to play me.
He's not willing to put his elo on the line.
Bro, you guys don't understand. I'm just so
Nice.
zen that I have no ego at all. So why test one's ego?
Animac, you're
You
one of the
actually
most
think you have no
egotistical
ego?
people I know.
No, he doesn't. Or if he does, that's the biggest ego flex right there. But
Bro, I'm the most humble motherfucker out there, bruh. Fucking recognize, bruh.
Recognize as the most, the greatest, the most
Most
humble
humble.
of all time.
You can't even understand my bro. My humbleness is like Itachi to your Sasuke.
Bro, you
bitch.
need
Yo,
to have an
an-
extremely
anime,
high
anime.
IQ to even understand how humble
You should
I
make-
am.
Can you make a video top 10 most humble YouTubers?
Yo, honestly,
And he's
I'm
all
think
10.
you're the-
bro.
You're
I'm
the
so
only
zen.
one fit to judge, like as the most humble. I think it.
Oh, that was a good one, Anime. That got me.
I love that tangent. That was a fun tangent.
All right, talk
Anywho-
about Naruto. I'll be right back.
Basically, this part of the story ends with Naruto being trained by Jiraiya, learning to do this jutsu, which allows him to like rotate water. I mean, doesn't sound that epic, but I'm sure it's
Wait,
gonna.
We
No,
saw.
no, that's just the
hold on.
training, bro.
That's one.
Yeah,
of the
it's
first,
training. Yeah, yeah.
But you saw Jiraiya use it already, like some
Yeah.
asshole in like a store.
Yeah. He like wrecked these two dudes like crazy. Yeah, but like the way he's teaching Naruto right now, it's like he's just teaching him to rotate water and explode it. But
No, it's
obviously,
hilarious. It's like Naruto sees him do this thing that he blasts this guy, flies across the room, like twirls in the air a million times, looks like he's half dead, and Naruto's like, "Oh my god, you're gonna teach me how to do that?" And he's like, "Yes, but first you must rotate water." And he's
for
like,
3
"No,
days.
Yeah, it was such a
Why are
Miyagi
you
moment.
kidding me?"
But one interesting thing was that is a jutsu apparently that comes from the fourth Hokage,
Yeah,
and
Yes. And it's A ranked.
and
right?
it took
Like
him
second best.
3 years to master. And Naruto's like, wait, what? What? Like, you want me to take 3 years to master this shit? Like, are you serious, dog? But no, it's
I mean,
like
honestly, I don't think anyone's complaining. Naruto only has shadow clones at this point and Gamabunta. Like, he needs a buff big time.
Yeah, exactly. And I really like the fact they introduced ranks for jutsus, and that now he's learning a really good one.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see, and of course, he does need a little training arc. We just had so much crazy, insane activity, and Naruto does need to now train to get stronger. Because now that we've established like Itachi and Jiraiya power levels, Naruto and Sasuke are nothing. So they need to like really step it up.
One thing I really like about Naruto that you don't see very often, it's like the characters don't get stronger in order. Like you'll meet some really high-ranking, powerful guys. Like Naruto's not going to be stronger than, and this isn't even a spoiler. It only makes sense. Naruto's not going to be stronger than Itachi before the time skip. Like, not even close. Like, they're not even going to be in the same league, right? Itachi's like an S-tier ninja. Naruto's just a student. We see all of the training and tribulations that he's going to need to have ahead of him in order to even get close.
Yeah, it's like in our Rank of A Isekai. Like, it's not like Birito's going to beat up Brigo by the end of the first volume. Like, come on.
Yeah, and it's like One Piece. Like, I really like when stories do that for as long as possible. Like, keep characters in the universe that were introduced early and yet are way ahead of the main character.
I don't know what I came back to, but I must agree with Mac's statement.
Yes. as long as Brigo isn't defeated, Briggs is happy.
Brigo must not lose.
He can't.
He's too Chad. Chad.
By the way, reminder, guys, if you listen to the Naruto Virgin podcast, also listen to our Rank of Anime podcast, which is a Spotify exclusive. It's free and ad-free, and it supports this podcast and every podcast if you support the Rank of A and our Spotify partnership. So thank you, guys. Yeah, so overall, I think this story has been amazing so far. We had that bit introduction thing, which I guess you could say wasn't as fast-paced, but it was still great because you have to learn about the world. And like I thought that belt training stuff was really good, and then the Zabuza arc was like it wasn't nearly as wide in scope as what we're seeing now, but it was like a good arc to introduce the world and the powers. And now it's just been crazy since the Chunin exams began. It's just been crazy after crazy after crazy. So if it slows down a bit for a bit of a training arc or whatever, I'm totally cool with it because this has been insane. Like, it's already changed the world. The Hokage is dead. They got to find a new Hokage. Like, shit is happening.
I was shocked at how fast and how like they moved on after the Gaara fight to the funeral to Itachi. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, like
Itachi was so
there.
Interesting.
Itachi was watching the whole thing even before the funeral and stuff. Like he was already introduced. We just didn't know who he was.
Yeah, like how they didn't take a lull at all. They just kept going with like even more interesting things because Itachi's like one of my favorite things.
I assume that in the anime it was slower though.
Probably.
I don't know if it was that much slower, to be honest.
Yeah, I have no idea where the fillers are.
Yeah, I saw the fillers aren't here yet. There were no fillers between these two arcs.
I thought maybe in between the two arcs they had like a Sakura arc where she goes to another
They never
village.
have a Sakura arc.
Sakura and Nino
imagine even
for
as
25
filler,
episodes, bro.
I mean, they do that crap in Boruto. That's why Boruto's so unbearable. The first arc and the first like 150 episodes of Boruto are filler.
I watched like 7 episodes of Boruto and I'm like, I can't do this. The manga I'm enjoying, but the filler in the anime is ridiculous.
And I love that people will say you're just a hater because it's just getting started, dude. 130 episodes of filler to start off a show, bro.
Bro, how many episodes? How many anime out there? That are amazing with less episodes than 50. Like, you got Code Geass at 50.
You have 12 episoders.
You got like Gurren Lagann, you got Death Note. Fullmetal Alchemist is only like 60 episodes. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You guys just don't understand the greatness that is Boruto filler. That's a series in itself.
What I understand, like,
if you're a filler arc in the beginning where it was like, we are the new 7 swordsmen of the mist, and it's just a bunch of kids that like steal the 7 swords.
Dude, I watched an episode and a half. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that what happened with Boruto was a lot of Naruto fans were just demanding more.
No, it's just money, bro. It's all it is. Naruto's popular. Oh, we don't have enough content off of the Boruto manga yet. Let's just do filler until we do.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
The cash grab Boruto is. There's people that are going to be like 16 and younger. They're going to watch it regardless of the quality.
Boruto's the biggest cash grab in anime history.
I have no idea how to validate that statement.
We'll see, guys, because as part of the Naruto Virgin, we're going to dive into every delicious Boruto film.
I am not doing Boruto.
Dude.
We are
Well,
going to do Boruto manga.
I mean, it's obviously up to
No,
Nux.
I am not doing Boruto.
okay,
Bro,
Nux,
the
then.
manga is
You don't
not
have to do it.
bad, man.
I read the manga. I'm not reading it again, and I don't remember it because it was bad.
No, it's not
Well,
bad.
I want to read it after all of Naruto, so I do want to do that.
All right, you
Yeah.
could.
Dude, if after you finish Shippuden, I don't know how long from now, you want to do Boruto, I don't know, man.
I'm not gonna do it with you, but you could do it.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Like, you're right. Like, right now, I'm loving the series, but will it always be this good? People have said no, so we'll see. Either way, though, I'm enjoying the ride so far a lot.
Yeah, an older brother, a cool older brother. You must love that, bro.
I do. I mean, I relate to it.
Right.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Naruto Virgin. Briggs, do we have the chapters for next week, my boy?
Next
Break.
week, we're going until chapter 161.
151 or 152 to 161. Nice. Let's do it. Can't wait to learn more about Tsunade. Sounds like
MILF power.
interesting MILF character.
The MILF simp has spoken.
And she's like, I don't understand. Like, why are you losing? If you could do all these jutsus, why are you losing at gambling? What the fuck is going on? Anyway, that is interesting to me. So we'll see. And
Don't you
they
think
wanted
that would be cheating? That's cheating, bro.
She has integrity.
call.
The quality needed to be a good Hokage.
That's the interesting thing. Like, everybody has their flaws. Like, you know, for some
Well,
it's drinking.
I
for some it's-
actually really like Tsunade's character arc, so
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Yeah, I look forward to it because, like, so far she seems like a contradiction. Degenerate gambler who can also be Hokage. Like, what?
I mean,
Anyway,
they didn't want her to be Okage. She was not the first choice.
And
Jiraiya
Jiraiya's
was
like,
a-
nah,
I
don't want that
love the fact that
But she-
Jiraiya
but she's
had such a
Jiraiya's
Shikamaru answer.
yeah, but she's
and
Jiraiya's
Jiraiya's a pervert. You think Jiraiya would survive for a week on Twitter, bro? Get out of here.
Good thing there's no
Definitely
Twitter in Naruto.
Yo,
There's
I wish
only
they would have.
power.
If they would have incorporated Twitter into Boruto, dude.
I can see them doing it.
Anyway,
Some type of
thank
social
you guys
media.
for joining us. Thanks everyone in the Twitch chat and all for all your donations and support. Appreciate you guys always, every single time. Love to hear from you. Love to hang out with you and be on this journey with you. And until next time, see you, Space Cowboys.
Bang.